as the Chipping Norton and crew strike north once again to discover what mysteries lie. Seven colors: Cosmogen, Indigo, Pelican, Stewardess, List. Find them here and there across the wide Black Sea. Wow, he's quite the whisperer, isn't he? Ask about the Grand Sanatorium. Accept the commission. Depart for now. Shall we accept the commission? And see if we can find his colours. I have no idea where to find his colours. We'll keep an eye out for them, but we're not going to accept your commission just yet. If we come across some, we'll definitely come back and let you have them, though, because you seem like a poor, decrepit old fellow. But for now, we're going to depart. The obsequious steward bows obsequiously. The flickering lights of Venderbight seem bright after the curator's lair. The tomb colonies. Few die in fallen London. They come here instead. We, however, have nearly concluded our business. Perhaps a quick visit to the shops before we depart at last, to continue our journey into the north, to discover more and greater wonders. The Arcade of Sighs. Here the solemn bandaged merchants of the colonies trade old cold coins for brighter things. We've got 13 fuel and 10 supplies. We're pretty well stocked. Let's buy some more supplies for 30. That still leaves us more than 100 echoes, and I think we're pretty well stocked for a journey into the unknown north of this land. The Hollow Temple. The image of a long-snouted reptile god still stands in the temple, but now storytellers gather here. We don't have any stories to buy or sell. The Carnal Lounge. Do you have tomb colonists? Drop them off here for payment. We do not have tomb colonists. We did have one, but he got up and walked off. So now we have none. Fine. Then our business in Venderbight is concluded, and we shall leave the tomb colonies behind as the Chipping Norton and crew strike north once again to discover what mysteries lie where the land grows cold. If it does indeed grow cold. I think it probably does. Things always get cold as you go north, do they not? I mean, we are looking for a place called Frost Found, so given the clue is in the name, I think we can assume that it does indeed get rather chilly in the north. Our 8 crew, our 13 fuel, and our 11 supplies will, with luck, be enough to see us through to the next port in our journey into the north. With even more luck, it might even turn out to be Frost Found itself, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Boreal Reach. Is this snow? Touch it, and it puffs to vapor. Your crew huddles close to the warmth of pipe and funnel. We have discovered Censor's Arch. Also, there seems to be some kind of iceberg or something driving around randomly. December 17th, an electric shiver to the air. Storm is watching, the sailors would say. Ooh, we've discovered something. Censor's Arch, which we passed beneath. And Wither. Wither. Look at this place. It looks fascinating. Witheringly so, perhaps. Come then, people of the Chipping Norton, my crew, my fine crew. Look at these. Look at these little coloured, whatever they are. Gemstones or something? Perhaps the people of Wither can tell us. Make dock. Wither. A chilly city beside a waste of salt. Oh, we can sell this. The advice for captains? Possibly, maybe only in London. Okay, well, the shops of Wither, where are questions born. Purveyors of white coke and mutter salt. Payment in stories. Alright, well, we don't have any stories, and I don't think we want to sell any of our fuel for stories just now. The Hunter's Cage. A sign reads, bones, please. The proprietor will sell you beast meat for stories. Or buy your ivory. Well, we don't have any ivory, and I don't think we want to buy any supplies just now, especially not for stories. Oh, we actually have Tales of Terror, do we? Where do we get a Tale of Terror from? Apparently we do. Apparently we've got a Tale of Terror. Who'd have thought it? Alright, fine. Well, let's just leave that behind. Whither? Behind the great arch over the bay, the pale wastes stretch, white and silent as the face of the moon. From here, you might almost imagine they were snow. North of the city, the salt pools fizz with unlikely colour. Oh, those are salt pools. Fair enough. Explore the town. Whither is a quiet, chilly town of grey stone and closed courtyards. The people are neither exactly unfriendly nor exactly hospitable. They have the irritating habit of answering a question with a question. Here and there are odd sights tucked away. Alright, let's explore the town. Try the grilled troglodyte prawns. Huge and pale, and their eyes stare bleakly into yours. But they smell fresh. Who'll try? Who'll buy? A street vendor turns skewers on a grill. The mixed scents are nothing like anything sold in London. Do you have anything more robust? We need menaces unaccountably peckish. We do not have that. Try something mysterious. What exactly is Tyrant's Treat? The vendor is vague, but it looks like something like a charred stick dripping with bluish fluid. A high-risk challenge. 15% chance of success. Or we could try the shredded jellyfish. It's not to everyone's taste. A tough challenge. Let's be adventurous. We're going to try the jellyfish. Not so adventurous as to try the charred stick dripping in bluish fluid, but jellyfish we have encountered before, and I am curious as to how it tastes when prepared by the people of Whither. Forced it down. Ugh! You'll regret it later. The jellyfish's venom numbs your tongue and roils your stomach. I've lost to hunger. That's all for now. We've failed the heart's challenge and gained a terror. We are now wary, specifically of eating jellyfish, it would seem. Fine then, let's gather intelligence. The citizens of Whither enjoy questions, so much so that they always answer a question with another question. This can make intelligence gathering frustrating. Are you asking for any particular reason? At what time of day? Is that your hat? Might it be 6? It could be 6. Eventually, you cobble together enough implications and suppositions to compose a report. Very well. Shore leave in Whither. The folk of Whither are quiet and sly and mystical. They subsist on cavefish and the dust-burrowing beasts of the wastes. Their beer, however, is adequate. Let's do it. A very modest challenge, 75% chance of success. We're going to blow some of our echoes. I feel like I should. I feel like, we've had a bit of a hard time of it heading into the north. We haven't really had that much of a hard time of it, to be fair. But let's do it anyway, because we are hungry for new experiences and to discover the mysteries of this land. Keep a low profile. Your advice to your crew goes unheeded. One of them grows irritated at the white-hern habit of answering a question with a question. She punches the mayor's nephew in the nose and is hauled off to jail. You ask about the date of their release, when the white-hern constable responds with, "What is the price of time? How can one measure freedom? And why do you want to know?" You are sorely tempted to follow your crewman's example, but restrain yourself. You are forced, however, to sail without her. We've lost a crew! Ah, no! We've lost 5 terror, and, well, that's okay. We're now only wary, but we failed our Veils challenge. Perhaps this woman deserved it. It does mean that we could now equip those claymen if we ever find anywhere that actually sells them. But for now, we're just going to have to sail on without our crew. It's sad, but it is true. Very well, then. The people of Whither, I wish I could say it has been fun, but frankly, it's been a little bit frustrating. At least we didn't actually spend our echoes, it seems. Fine, let us launch from this place. The Chipping Norton must strive ever onwards into the north, because we have not yet discovered Frostfallen. We have, however, discovered Odysson Straits. The Odysson Straits. What are the Odysson Straits? Mysterious. Ooh, they're tight. We have fed the crew. Is there actually a way through here? Are we going to have to, weave to the side? Are we far enough north yet to find Frostfallen? I mean, frost found. I just don't know. Perhaps we can fit through this gap here. The Chipping Norton is fairly small and agile. I'm sure she can make it. Discovered Puckeridge's lookout. Can we? The map is not scrolling any further. And in fact, the ship's lights are now blazing. What are we going to find? The place that is no place. The Unterzee has no northern shores. Space is forbidden. Time contracts to a single frozen instant. There is only one way. North. The High Gate. You huff and fumble your way through darkness. The stokers labor below, as in an old, sick dream. Fuel evaporates. Sailors stiffen to statues. Safety? This is not a good place to be. But at least it is a place. Frost found! This is the place that we want to be! The castle where riddles fight questions to the death. For a while there, you were somewhere beyond places. Perhaps you've survived. We have gained fragments. We have the scars of the north. We are returning to port. We've lost fuel and 3 crew. We're down to 4 crew. Ouch. That is not good. We've gained 50 terror. New total 63. Fearful. Wow. We've lost 9 supplies. We have 1 supply left. Frost found. Towers and ramps and galleries and stairs of ice, raised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove so complex a web. The towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life, but a pitiable encampment squats by the dock. Engage an officer, the tireless mechanic. The tireless mechanic has had enough of Frostfound. He smiles at you over his spectacles, teeth chattering. Brr, so glad to see a ship at last. Ready to offer my services. I'm an engineer, finest you'll ever have. Treat engines like my own children. Not that I have children. Too busy. Unusually busy. The tireless mechanic increases veils and fuel efficiency. Probably a good idea to hire him, but let's have a look and see what other options are available to us. We cannot enter Frostfound itself, for we have too much terror, which means we'll have to return here in the future if we want to investigate the wonders of this place. Create a port report. What are the squatters up to? And then we have 2 contacts. Speak to your Irimi contact, or speak to your Whitehern contact instead. Well, let's engage the tireless mechanic first, because I think having him on board could only be a good thing. Welcome aboard! Spot of rust, spot of rust. Soon see to that. You there, help me with this spot of rust. Appoint to your new officer by dragging him from your officer tab. Yeah, okay, we'll do that in a minute. First, let us compile our port report, and then we will speak to one of these 2 contacts. Whether to go for a tough challenge or a high-risk challenge. Bickering amiably. Not all are Iremi or Withern. There's the odd researcher, the occasional deranged ice sculptor, now and then a very cold, very sad rubbery man. But for the most part, an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. You now have a port report for Frostfound. Now our choice is to speak to an Irimi contact. A riddle fisher is wearing the blue and red scarf that marks him as a contact. It would be a riddle fisher. What are the odds that he'll give you a straight answer? Or we can speak to our Withern contact instead. Interestingly, a Withern dock squatter is also wearing a red and blue scarf. What are the odds she'll give you an answer at all? Well, given that it is the difference between a tough challenge or a high-risk challenge, 22%, 40%, I think, considering the dire straits that we're in with almost no supplies, let's go with the 40% challenge. You know, maybe we'll get some supplies out of this or something useful like that. I mean, it would be nice. Or maybe some crew. Something in order to help us to limp back to London, for we are in a poor way right now. When will the towers topple? The riddle fisher shares a series of linked riddles with you. You identify the linking factor. It's a prediction about who will win the contest between questions and riddles next year. Perhaps the Admiralty will find it useful. It is the closest thing to information about the balance of power this far north. We have completed our commission for the Admiralty! Hurrah! Of course, whether we will actually be able to return with this information to Fallen London is looking rather questionable at this point in time. We are far in the north, and we have no supplies. Do you have any shops here, by any chance? No, you have no shops. No shops, no shipyard. Very well then, come men, there is nothing left for us here. We shall leave the somewhat safe haven of Stoddard's Haven in Frostfound and begin our journey away. Why are we going so horribly, horribly slow? The ship... Oh, it's because we've only got half crew. Look, we've only got 4 of our 10 available crew. So the ship is moving at half the normal rate. This is terrible. It's going to take us twice as long to get back to London and we have no supplies. This could be the end for the Chipping Norton and her brave crew. Have I, Wilberforce Weird, led them into disaster? Might it be that we are so far from London that a safe return is just not possible? And now what's this? Look, a huge whirlpool directly in our path. Is this the gods making clear that we are not meant to survive? That the Chipping Norton's destiny is to sink beneath the Unterzee? That we, the crew, should slip quietly into oblivion? Not while I, Wilberforce Weird, still draw breath. Full power to the engines. Let's give it everything she's got. If we're gonna go down, we'll go down fighting. And if we have to blow the engines sky high in the process, then so be it. We are the Purple Scythe Mercenary Company, and all shall fear us across the land. After years of bloodying your sword for meager pay, you've saved up enough crowns to start your very own mercenary company. Your men look to you to give a command. They live and die for the Purple Scythe now. Theodobald only ever had one real talent, using his fish to bloody the noses of other men, and not going down no matter what. You there! Yeah, you mercenary! Over here.